What is up YouTube? James back here and welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Backtrack Battles. We are still using the Mega Blaziken team for today with Mega Blaziken, Bisharp, Gastrodon, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, and Landorus Varian. Now, I'm sorry that the videos have been going up pretty late for the last few days. I mean, if you followed my channel for a while, like, late uploads are nothing new. But I really want to do, like, normal uploads, like, and at an earlier time, but I've never been able to really, and I've been out pretty much the entire day. I wasn't even sure if I was able to get a video on time, to be honest, but gonna be able to record now. And I did fix the lighting quite a bit. So if people don't know, the lights in my house actually use like yellow light bulbs. They produce yellow lights. So I need to get my professional lighting equipment that I bought a long time ago. But we got Yuno from the United States as our first opponent, 1812 rating. So another win does put me into the 1900s. But my opponent has a very scary team, so this could definitely be problematic. We're going to see the Whimsicott, Gengar, Kangaskhan, Tapu Fini, Tapu Bulu, and Heatran. This is definitely a very scary team. Don't know how exactly I like dealing with Mega Gengar. Mega Gengar is definitely a scary Pokemon to deal with. I think I could go like Tapu Lele plus Bisharp, which seems pretty solid against my opponent's team overall. I wonder if my opponent would even bring the Gengar if he would opt for Kangaskhan. I could see Kangaskhan being better in this matchup, I feel like. But we'll see. Let's see. I think I want to go Tapu Lele Bisharp because it handles the Whimsicott Gengar lead, which is the scariest thing. If my opponent doesn't bring Gengar, it's like really easy to maneuver around my opponent's team. But if my opponent leads like Gengar, it's like hard to maneuver. As I think Tapu Lele Bisharp's fine. I think I have Blaziken in the back because it can handle the Kangaskhan, Whimsicott, Tapu Bulu, and Heatran. And since it's Tapu Fini and Gengar that's giving me the most problems, I think Tapu Koko is my best bet as my last Pokemon. I don't know how this matchup is going to go. I never really played a Mega Gengar team. With no Intimidate too, which is interesting. I wonder if Flare Blitz would actually knock out Mega Gengar. I guess it depends on the spread, because I honestly can't tell if this would be like max speed, max special attack, or it would be a more bulky variant. I do know that I love the bulky variant when I used Whimsicott Gengar. If anyone didn't know, I did use that at the 2015 Pokemon World Championship. I brought Gengar, Whimsicott to Terrakion with like Politoed, Fundus Variant, and Heatran, and it's still one of my favorite teams up to date, and I loved bulky Mega Gengar on that team. But we'll see what my opponent decides to go for. Tapu Lele Bisharp covers pretty much everything, as it's going to be the Whimsicott Tapu Fini. Okay. Was not expecting that. Talon could go up, which is, alright for me. I don't feel like that's the worst case. Misty Terrain's going to go up, and that's alright because Nature's Power really doesn't affect me. It shouldn't knock out Lele or Bisharp. I could probably just Dazzling Gleam, and I think Dazzling Gleam is fine. The problem is I don't really have a good switch, and that's the problem with playing Hyper Offense, and since my opponent's going to get a speed advantage, it's going to be hard for me to deal with it. I could also try to double up the Fini with like Iron Head plus Moonblast, but I don't think that would pick up the knockout. I think Dazzling Gleam is my best bet just to get a bit of chip. And Iron Head into the Whimsicott. We'll see if it's a Protect or a Tailwind coming out from Whimsicott. I could see both as potential plays here. But yeah, my Tapu Fini matchup isn't that great here. Maybe I should have led the Tapu Koko, but the problem is Nature's Power does knock out my Tapu Koko, and my opponent does Protect here, which is a smart play. I probably should have doubled up the Tapu Fini then. So Dazzling Gleam gonna come out, do a decent amount to the Tapu Fini, not really doing too much. Let's see what the Tapu Fini goes for. It's gonna be a Moonblast. Okay. Into Bisharp. Doesn't really do too much. I don't know if Nature's Power can knock me out. I guess that's a thing I should be concerned about, but I guess maybe I can catch like my opponent on a potential 50-50 of do you go for Moonblast here or do you go for a... Do you go for Moonblast or do you go for Tailwind? I'd imagine you have Tailwind, you have Protect, Nature's Power, I'm guessing, and then what? Encore, Fake Tears, Taunt. I think Koko's a fine play here. I think just protecting my Bisharp. Oh wait, oh no, this is a bad play. I forgot about Dark types are unaffected by Prankster and Nature's Power, and Nature's Power is considered Prankster. My opponent's 100% going for Tailwind here. That's a blunder. Or my opponent's going to switch out. Okay, that works. Heatran. I guess it's not the worst case scenario. Because I get Coco in. I could probably double up the Heatran slot. Moonblast's gonna go on to Bisharp. Okay, that works out for me, but I don't agree with my play there. I guess it works out more favorably though, because now I'm threatening the Tapu Fini and I'm threatening the Heatran slot. So I'm actually just gonna fire off the Gigavolt Havoc, I feel like, and go for a knockoff into the Heatran slot. Or I could Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch into Gigavolt Havoc will pick up the knockout. I'll go for it, because Tapu Fini either protects or switches out on a Whimsicott, I think. And Heatran, I think, goes for either protect, but the chip damage is pretty nice. My opponent makes a very solid play here, playing very risky with the Tapu Fini. Yeah, very risky, very nice. So I could have just Thunderbolted to Tapu Fini, but I was worried about an Earth Power. And Tapu Fini doesn't look like it can pick up the KO on either of my Pokemon, which is why I felt like it would have been okay if I targeted down to Heatran. But in retrospect, maybe I should just target down Tapu Fini, because that's the biggest threat to my Blaziken, and I really don't need a counter to Heatran now that I'm thinking about it. I really don't. I think I should get rid of Tapu Fini next turn. Heatran, as Moonblast is going to come out, target down Tapu Koko. No, Bisharp. Okay, that's fine. Actually, that works better for me. I can get in my Blaziken and just click low kick into the Heatran slot and a Thunderbolt into Tapu Fini. But the problem is now, there's some problems here. But Blaziken's going to get a speed boost, which is nice. I think Tapu Fini should protect or switch out. I think it should switch out in my honest opinion. But I'm going to low kick the Heatran slot. The problem is Whimsicott can switch in for either one of these Pokemon, to be honest, which is not ideal here, but I think I'm going to low kick the Heatran and aim with Thunderbolt. I want to play safe, and I don't want to lose either of my Pokemon to an Earth Power, and if Whimsicott does come in, I still have my Tapu Lele, and yeah, I think Tapu Lele can do really well in this game. I've been playing pretty bad, though, in this game, not going to lie. My opponent's definitely been playing a step ahead of me. Heatran's going to switch out that Whimsicott. Tapu Bulu, okay. Muddy Water should knock out Blaziken, which is like the one solid thing I have. No Gengar, no Kangaskhan. So my opponent didn't opt for either, which is really interesting here. I will be able to Mega Evolve. Let's see. What's the least valuable? I think... Okay. Maybe I should Swords Dance. Thunderbolt going to come out into the Tapu Fini. Do a good amount. Is that a berry? No. Or we didn't activate it, which is really nice here. And Muddy Water? Just Moonblast. Huh. In the Tapu Koko, that's actually best case scenario, because unless you get the special attack drop, that's actually kind of bad. That's actually kind of bad, not gonna lie. Because now Thunderbolt doesn't knock out Tapu Fini. I was actually in a decent spot now, but now it's actually kind of problematic. Yeah, it's kind of problematic now. I think I'm gonna switch out in the Tapu Lele. And I'll say Flare Blitz might knock out the Tapu Fini, which might be worth risking. Or I could just no, I think the best play is to protect Blaziken, because Tapu Bulu, I don't know. Okay, now I think I'm screwing up, because the Tapu Bulu could just attack here. Although it could just decide to go for the offense here with like Wood Hammer into my Tapu Koko, which would knock out my Tapu Lele. But I would get a free switch into Tapu Koko, and then I could Thunderbolt the Tapu Fini slot, and I could Thunderbolt Flare Blitz it in case Whimsicott decides to come in. But yeah, I was thinking maybe Tapu Bulu decides to protect here, so I'm making a risky play. I'm going to Tapu Lele, because Tapu Fini, if it goes for Muddy Water here, won't be able to knock out. And then Psychic Terrain boosted Psychic should just be able to knock out the, what's it called? Okay, Heatran's going to come out. Interesting. And Tapu Fini protects? No, just a withdrawal, okay. I mean, Whimsicott comes out. Don't know if it's Z Nature's Power. Protect fails. I mean, I really want a Psychic Whimsicott, because I think Psychic will be able to knock out the Whimsicott. I'm worried about switch out from Heatran into Bulu. I think Moonblast is a better call. Moonblast and switch out and just protect, because I don't want to take a Nature's Power, a Z Nature's Power from the Whimsicott, because you're definitely switching out into Tapu, and I think going for the Nature's Power. Yep, Tapu Fini is going to come in, which is exactly what I predicted. So again, this isn't looking too bad, especially if I get the Moonblast. Maybe I should have Moonblast to Tapu Fini, because Tapu Fini was the Tapu that was definitely coming in. So let's see. Are you going for Z Nature's Power? You are. I don't think this targets down Tapu Lele, and if it does, it doesn't even pick up the knockout. So we should be good here. The only problem is Encore is also a threat. I should be able to knock out Tapu Fini with a Moonblast. Twinkle Tackle going to come out to Protect. I wanted to even knock down my Blaziken if it did. Obviously, Protect was a better call here, but yeah, it is targeting my Blaziken. Okay. So not too bad. I also get damage onto this Whimsicott, which is really nice here. Let's see. Moonblast into the Whimsicott. How much does it do? Solid chunk. Psychic wouldn't pick up the knockout. Well, it would have in Psychic Terrain, but I knew the switch was pretty obvious there. So I get the best potential call, I think. Is it lagging? Like, I think my recording's lagging. Oh well. I think Moonblast is definitely the call here, but the question is, does Fini switch out? I think Fini might switch out here into Heatran, but I'm going to have to sack my Tapu Koko here. I don't think Tapu Koko is worth it in this game. Tapu Koko really doesn't do much, and I'll sack it because I need Blaziken for the Bulu and the Heatran. So we'll see if, like, Tapu Fini switches out. I think Moonblast will pick up the knockout otherwise. Not exactly too confident, though, in this knockout potential. I think with Thunderbolt, how much damage it did, it should. As we're just going to see the Tailwind, which is actually perfect here. Because now it is lagging, isn't it? I don't know why, too. Like, I don't have any different settings. Okay, Tapu Fini goes down. Perfect. I don't know. It was lagging. It was definitely lagging. So, I do knock out the Tapu Fini. Heatran's going to come out. Fake Tears and Heat Wave is probably coming out. I need to stall out Terrain. Actually, I don't think I have to stall out Terrain. It depends on how fast the Heatran is, I think. I definitely Moonblast the Whimsicott slot, and I protect Koko here. Actually, I didn't have to protect Koko, but Whimsicott's going to protect, which is fine. Maybe I have to switch out Koko on a Heat Wave. No, you are Power. Okay, that's fine. That actually works out, because if it was Heat Wave, I would have probably had to risk Blaziken there, because my opponent could have got a double knockout with Heat Wave plus Moonblast. I'm surprised my opponent didn't go for it, but maybe expect either the Blaziken switch or, like, wanted to guarantee knockout on Koko. But now I just go for Gleam plus Moonblast, because it hits the Bulu coming in. Whimsicott doesn't seem to be a threat. I just need a speed boost with Blaziken, basically, and I should be able to outspeed all of my opponent's Pokemon, especially that Heatran. So Whimsicott is going to switch out, which is the correct call here. It's going to be Tapu Bulu coming in. Maybe I could have switched Tapu Lele out into my Blaziken, which was also another play, but I don't think I ever risk Blaziken here in this position. And yeah, it's starting to lag again. Earth Power going to come out, which is fine. Oof. Moonblast into Tapu Bulu. Now I think I have to make a risky play. I do get the special attack drop on Bulu, which helps. I wish Lele was damaged so I can tell if I was faster than Tapu Bulu or not, because I honestly can't tell. I'm going to go into Blaziken, and now it's like a risky play here. I think I want to Moonblast a Heatran slot and protect. The reason is because the two plays I see my opponent are going for to come back in this game: Earth Power would hammer the Tapu Lele slot so you can get Whimsicott in, and if it's Encore, you can Encore the Blaziken into Protect, which is going to screw me over in that game, or Heatran switches out to Whimsicott trying to catch me on the Protect. So I'm going to Protect and Moonblast the Heatran slot. I'm hoping this works out because I could... Best case scenario is Heatran switching out, but it makes the game a bit harder if Tapu Bulu does just stay in an attack, and I think it does. And you should definitely Earth Power and Wood Hammer here if you're my opponent. Earth Power into the Blaziken. Actually, maybe I'll live maybe I'll live that. Who knows? And I could still be screwed for the end game. Oh wait, does Wood Hammer recoil knock him out? Okay, it does. Hang on. Okay. Oh no! I did not expect Life Orb. Okay, it's just lagging. Maybe I have to restart my computer after this battle, but oh. No, I don't think I would live the Earth Power looking at the amount of HP I had, but... yeah, like, I think my game plan was alright there. If Tapu Bulu survived it. The Wood Hammer, the Life Orb gave him, like, the best potential odds here. Now I have to low kick and hope he doesn't have Encore. If he doesn't have Encore, I should win this game, but if he does... yeah, like he does, yeah. That's gonna be game. Yeah, so my opponent definitely played this endgame well. I feel like I definitely did screw up. I think I needed to switch Lele hard into... I think I needed to Psychic Terrain up, so what I should have done was switch out Tapu Lele, go out into my Blaziken, because there's no way you're going to Earth Power that slot. I think I had to make a risky play. Yeah, I feel like what I did instead was just let my opponent get into an advantageous position where the Encore was just such a big threat. And even if I get multiple protects in a row, you can still Encore. So that was a really good, well-played game from my opponent. Definitely did play well. I think I was just playing from behind. Did not expect my opponent not to bring... Well, I guess bringing both Tapus makes sense against my team. You kind of need Gastrodon because your Gash... I mean, you kind of need Tapu Bulu because your Gastrodon matchup is pretty weak. You need Tapu Fini because of, like, other terrain. Yeah, it's definitely lagging. I don't know why. Okay, I'm definitely restarting my computer after this. But we'll be right back for the second battle of this stream. Second battle of this episode. And then I'm going to explain my thought process throughout, like, that battle. Alright, after half an hour waiting for my Windows computer to update because I don't know why. Every time, like, Windows has an update for me, like, automatically lags recording. I don't get why. But we're back, and yeah, I'm going to explain my thought process. So, basically, I probably should have assessed a team preview. Like, I just couldn't tell whether the Whimsicott was Focus Ash. I thought it was Focus Ash originally, because that's what I was used to on, like, Mega Gengar Whimsicott teams. So, I should have probably assessed more. Wow, we're 1857. But, yeah, I should have probably assessed the team better. Like, looking at the team, like, Whimsicott with 2 terrain users is probably more common to run, like, a Z Nature's Power on the set because, you know, you have 2 terrains and Whimsicott can take full advantage of it. So maybe knowing that, like, I wouldn't have had to double up into the Whimsicott turn 1. Maybe I could have made more aggressive reads against Tapu Fini. But ultimately, I think the thing that really screwed me over was not switching out Tapu Lele into Blaziken when it was Whimsicott and Heatran in those 2 turns, because one, I could have got the Psychic Terrain up, which would have prevented the Encore situation. Blaziken could have easily got the speed boost and potentially just swept my opponent. So, yeah, looking back at the battle, I think there were definitely some plays. My opponent definitely did play well, and I think, like, that was a good learning experience, like, how to play with that team. But anyway, our next opponent, oh boy, has another Gengar Whimsicott with Charizard, Landorus, Como, and Tapu Bulu. This is actually really scary, not gonna lie. I think Tapu Lele does really well against my opponent's team. Yeah, Tapu Lele, Landorus... I think I want to go... I'm going to go Tapu Lele Bishop. I don't think this is Z-Nature's Power Whimsicott. I think I'm going to go Blaziken to speed up. And I think Tapu Koko in the back? Yeah, I don't really need my own Landers. Tapu Koko is pretty good against my opponent's team. Tailwind is going to be definitely annoying to deal with, though. Like, that's something that I don't like facing with my team just because, like, if my opponent gets the automatic Tailwind up before I can, like, you know, get massive damage off, like, Hyper Offense kind of struggles. And I am bringing the Hyper Offensive mode of this team. I'm not bringing, like, the defensive pivots like Gastrodon or Landorus. So I'm going all out here, and I have to play really aggressively here. The Tapu Lele Bishop does lead here against Whimsicott Charizard. So most likely my opponent didn't bring Gengar this time. So that's already bad because I honestly... Windows... I just restarted my computer, so you might hear some other noises. Okay. I think I'm going to go for a Psychic into the Charizard and just an Iron Head into the Whimsicott. Oh, I do not want this. Ugh. What is going on with my computer? Okay. Great, game screen is frozen. Is it better? Oh my god. Oh, what is going on with this? Alright, so Charizard protected, Iron Head goes out, and Whimsicott as a Tailwinded. Great episode. Technical difficulties screwing me over. Alright, I'm closing that. Rebuffering the capture card program. Oh, what's with the technical difficulties today? And now my webcam's frozen. Okay. I think we're back to normal. Okay. It's not my day, people. It hasn't really been my day. So, I can just Psychic the Charizard. And I think I'll go for Sucker Punch 2 in the Charizard. Because if I can pick up that knockout, that's one huge offensive threat gone. And I feel like that's pretty good. As Whimsicott's going to switch out, which is okay. Como is actually going to come in, which I do not mind. And unless this Charizard goes for an overheat right now, it shouldn't be able to knock out my Tapu Lele. Maybe Flamethrower does. We'll see. But I want to go for Sucker Punch. Yeah, I think maybe my opponent went for Flamethrower overheating a Tapu Lele slot, because that That makes most sense with the Como lead. The Charizard gonna come out. Sucker Punch is gonna come out. I want to try and knock out the Charizard if it goes for a Heat Wave or anything. It goes for the Overheat. Okay. The Tapu is gonna go down, but I don't think that's the worst case scenario here. Because now I can go for Gleam, and I think my opponent should be afraid of me going for Sucker Punch again into the Charizard. So I feel like Iron Head does seem like a safe play against the Charizard. The problem is like Como is definitely a threat. I do bring out the Electric Terrain, which prevents, which was preventing me from using Psychic, well, Sucker Punch into Como. I think a Gleam plus Sucker Punch will knock out Como. Do I risk Charizard attacking here is the question, or do I predict the Whimsicott to switch in? I think Whimsicott would switch in, to be honest. So I think I'm going to Iron Head Gleam here to Charizard. I hope he doesn't just go for Overheat. Protects. That's completely acceptable, too. That's completely acceptable, too. As Z-Move is going to come out with Como, it's going to set up, but this isn't going to do too much to my Bisharp #1. And okay, that didn't really do too much. As people know, Como's Z-Move is copyrighted. I hope like someone makes an animation custom for it, like maybe Geo will. But right here, I think Dazzling Gleam is going to be the play here. How much does this do, though? I don't think this KOs for sure. Yeah, no way. Sucker Punch might. I don't know. Maybe I should have doubled up into Como, but I was worried about Protect from Como. Okay. How many turns of Tailwind left? There should be one more if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is the last turn of Tailwind, so I can just double Protect here. I just really want to know, do I knock out the Como with Sucker Punch? I don't think I do, and my opponent stays in, so this works out for me. Oh wait, it really comes down to Sucker Punch because Flamethrower is going to hurt. Yeah, because Flamethrower and Sun's going to knock out my Coco. Heat Wave, so my opponent did have a Heat Wave Overheat. Okay. Well, that actually makes sense. Talon's going to peter out. I'm guessing you're going to stay in with Charizard then. Oh man, I wish I knew how much I do to Como. I don't think Sucker Punch knocks it out, to be honest. I think I should have Iron Headed that one turn I doubled into Charizard. I think switch out Coco into Blaziken is safe here. And I think I have to Sucker Punch the Charizard here. I think I have to. The problem is now I'm prone to getting Clanger Scale swept. Blaziken's going to come out, Sucker Punch into Charizard's going to pick up the knockout. Because that is max speed Charizard. That's not a bulky Charizard at all. As Flamethrower is going to come out into Blaziken. In the sun, how much does it do? Alright. Whimsicott comes out, Tailwind's up. You should Tailwind, Clanger Scale. I don't know if that knocked out Bisharp, to be honest. The question is, do I take that gamble? I think I have to take that gamble, right? Because there's no way you're not Clanger Scales. Well, you could expect Blaziken to Protect, to be honest. Maybe I have to sack Blaziken? What was potential last Pokemon? Tapu Bulu. Yeah, I definitely can't beat Tapu Bulu without Blaziken. But I have to risk something, right? You could go in my Bisharp, because Blaziken Protect is obvious. You know what? I'm just Iron Heading. I'm going to make a risky play. We'll see if it pays off. Blaziken protects. You should go for Tailwind here. Yep. And what's Como gonna do? Is it gonna Flamethrower or Clanger Scales? Clang Scales, okay. I could have also switched into Coco, but like, I don't think that helps me. I think Bisharp could live. Bisharp doesn't. Ooh, okay. Sun should fade out though, right? Yeah, okay. That actually really helps me because now Flamethrower doesn't knock out my Coco. Okay, both Pokemon are in range of Dazzling Gleam. I think I might need a double though. I think if you're my opponent, you should go for like... I think if you're my opponent, you double up into Coco. But that depends on who you have in the back, right? I think if you have Landorus... I think if you Tapu Bulu in the back, you should just target down Blaziken and then you win the game. So you know what? I have to make some kind of play here. And it doesn't really look good for me anyway, so I'm just going to Gleam and Protect. You could Moonblast or Nature's Power and attack with Como, but okay, if I get the double, maybe I do win. Oh, I do get the double, okay. We're in this. Playing Scales, okay. I'm guessing that's Tapu Bulu in the back. I still think I lose though if the Whimsicott has Encore. It could be, well, protect fake tears. I'm guessing maybe a fairy type move, maybe Moonblast. And then if it has like fake tears for like the Charizard lead, maybe I could have this. Really comes down. Let's see. If you have Encore, I'm definitely screwed though. And if that's Tapu Bulu in the back, I'm definitely screwed. Landorus, I'm also screwed. Yep, Landorus, okay. I would need one Whimsicott to not have Encore, and two for Blaziken to get a crit onto Landorus with Flare Blitz. Because that would win me the game. We'll see. Am I actually going to go 0-2 in this episode? That's actually kind of insane. I don't think I've ever gone... well, I've definitely gone 1-2 before. I've never gone 0-2. Alright. Blaziken. Koko protects. Actually, I didn't need to protect if I'm going for the crit. And yeah, you have Encore, so that's going to be a good game. There's nothing I can do. Actually, maybe I should have went for the triple protect with Blaziken, because you're going to Earthquake here and knock out your own Whimsicott, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, maybe there was a hope if I got the triple protect with Blaziken. But, you know, that's very unlikely. And I think... yeah. I think I'm going to play one more after this. It might be a bit of a longer episode, but I don't want to go like 0-2 in this episode. But yeah, we're getting destroyed right now. But I think my opponent definitely did play this really well. Got the Como set up. Like, was able to put Como in a really good position to set up. Yeah, I think, like, there were a few plays I could have done better. Looking back at it, I guess maybe I should have just went for Iron Head in Gleam that one turn, double up the Como when I went for Iron Head on Charizard's Protect. I think maybe that would have actually just honestly won me the game, because I think maybe Bisharp could have just won the game otherwise. So yeah, looking back at it, that was a huge blunder. Otherwise, yeah. Like, I'm trying to think, like, Whimsicott's a really tough Pokemon for my matchup, just because it's guaranteed to Tailwind. It offers, like, the Nature's Power, which is already, like, kind of stressful to handle. I mean, I do have Tapu Lele and Bisharp, so maybe it's not as big of a deal. But the fact that Whimsicott can get the priority Tailwind, and my team struggles against Tailwind, yeah, because I don't really have speed control on this team. It's just hyper offense. But yeah, I think my opponents have played well, especially with their Whimsicott. They were just able to get the correct Pokemon to set up in the right position. Like, first opponent was just able to set up the terrains, like keep the number of Pokemon in check. Never really allowed me to get like my Blaziken in. Although, yeah, I should have switched in. Well, there was one opportunity I could have, and that was like, you know, Lele switching on to Blaziken, which I should have. And then the second game, like, set up Tailwind right away. Charizard was able to just do a lot of damage, and then like the what's it called? The Como plus Charizard gave me a lot of trouble, and then the end game, Landorus was just able to do well. So I think, you know, I could have won those games if like I did make a harder read, but my opponents definitely played that well. And I'm kind of upset at myself for that, because our rating dropped. Well, 36 points isn't too bad, I guess, for 2 losses. And they were pretty high-rated opponents. So hopefully we can get a win in this episode, because I would really not want to go 0-3. But I think we'll cut it here till we find our next battle. So we'll be right back for the next game. Alright. Oh, we got Peffin. Okay, second time we're playing him. 1783 rating from Chile. Using his rain team, it looks like Kabutops, Aegislash, Lance Fairy, Manectric, and Politoed, and Serena. He actually posted a QR code team of this team. And yeah, we actually faced him earlier, so this is going to be interesting. Gastrodon does a really big number on his team. He really doesn't have a good way to handle Gastrodon other than Serena. So if I can keep the Serena in check, that will be game in my favor. So don't want to go. I think Bisharp plus Gastrodon just does so much work to my opponent's team. It actually does so much work against my opponent's team. Tapu Koko doesn't really do well. It does have the electric terrain, but it doesn't really do much otherwise. Tapu Lele can't really hit Serena for hard. I wish I had Psyshock. Psyshock would help, but otherwise, yeah, it's not really that great. And Blaziken, I think I'll bring for that Serena. I do need to switch to Power Up after all. And what, Landorus Varian? I think Landorus could do some work. Lele could also do some work. I think I'll bring Landorus. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. Not sure how this matchup is, to be honest. I mean, I'm not even sure my opponent's bringing the Rain Mode, to be honest. Kabutops is really weak against my team. Like, it doesn't really do much, so I'm kind of doubting Puffin brings it, but we'll see. What's it gonna be? I think Serena might lead here, which I could see. Maybe I should have kept Gasha on the back just to pressure, like, the Rain Mode, but we'll see. Alright, Serena Politoed, okay. If I remember correctly, the Serena had Feint, Power Whip, Play Rough. We never saw the last move, did we? Feint, Play Rough, Power... Does it have High Jump Kick? I guess that's a question, but I think I'll just go for the knockoff into Serena. You're definitely not going for Ice move, right? I mean, you're not going for a Water type move. I think Blaziken is the call here. I'll bring in Blaziken. Because you're definitely going to Ice move. You could power up the Gastrodon slot if you expect to Protect. But if I weaken Serena, one, I know it's Assault Vest, so knockoff will do a good amount to that Serena, which is nice. And we're faster than Serena, which is actually really good to confirm. Knockoff, get rid of his Assault Vest, which actually doesn't really change much unless I catch an Ice Beam switching. Power Up's going to come out into my Blaziken, so don't tell me he Scalded, because I could have just protected. Yeah, he did Scald, okay. But it's into my Bisharp, which is not going to KO. No burn too, which is nice. Great. I think I could Flare Blitz to Serena, which would pick up the knockout. I'm just worried about Landorus switching in. I definitely do see Landorus potentially switching in, but I think the best place to switch out Bisharp, go out in my Gastrodon, to be honest, and Flare Blitz the Serena slot. Because it's Life Orb Landorus, so at least it's not going to be like the most threatening thing in the world. And no, Serena should definitely switch out, right? You need it. This matchup. Yeah. Into Kabutops. Okay, I could have Low Kick. Actually, no, I don't think Low Kick knocked out Serena. How fast is Kabutops? I guess that's also another question to note, because I honestly don't know. Honestly don't know. Politoed's going to Protect. Okay, this was best potential, I think. Flare Blitz into Kabutops. I think I'll Ice Beam the Politoed slot in case Serena wants to try to come in. I don't know if... Kabutops shouldn't get anything. Can't Water type move. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Ice Beam that Politoed slot and just Protect with my Blaziken on Continental Crush, I think it's going to be. I mean, Politoed doesn't do anything. Are you going to stay in an Ice Beam? I'm not sure. You could. I could have also Earth Power to Kabutops, but I don't know if that picks up the knockout. Low Kick should pick up the knockout, I would imagine, but we'll see here. I don't need Blaziken for this game either, but I definitely don't think Continental Crush do Protect. Oh, unless you Helping Hand. That's smart. Will this knock out Blaziken though? That's like the main question. That was really smart though. Really got to give props to him on that play. I should have Earth Powered. Because I could have potentially got a knockout here. Yeah, why didn't I actually try to get the knockout on the Kabutops? I guess it's because I really expected Serena switch, but then again, it kind of doesn't make sense. Because I don't think you were Serena there. Continental Crush. Oh, Blaziken survives. That's nice. Ice Beam into Politoed. Okay. It's not too bad here. Oh, I get the freeze. Which actually could suck for my opponent. The reason it can suck for my opponent is because you can't Scald or you're going to give me the special attack boost. So that's really unfortunate for my opponent. Not much I can really do about it though. I think I'm just going to Earth Power the Politoed and Low Kick the Kabutops slot. I mean, that's unfortunate because you could have protected Kabutops this turn and went for Ice Beam. You could still do it, but we'll see if my opponent falls. I think Low Kick's just fine into Kabutops, unless maybe Landorus switches in here. But I'm not sure if you're going to switch in Landorus when I've been going for Ice Beam. Kabutops is going to Protect. I got a Low Kick the Politoed, but we'll see. Low Kick into the Kabutops. I wonder how much Low Kick does to Politoed. I don't remember its weight. Oh, he did choose to Scald. So he's going to give me the Storm Drain boost. Okay. I don't mind. I'll go for that Earth Power into Politoed and weaken you. Yeah. That's some really good damage too. Don't know if he's gonna Encore me. Then again, he's probably Parasong as his last move, I would imagine, for those end games. I'm just gonna protect Blaziken, I feel like. Kabutops really can't do much to my team, and I'll just Earth Power that slot. Kabutops is gonna withdraw, which is okay here, into Aegislash. Okay, so that's a free Earth Power, which I do not mind. And again, like, this endgame's looking my Landers plus Gastrodon for sweep. Icy Wind, okay. So my opponent does have a way to hit Blaziken. Yeah, I got really lucky with that. But yeah, my opponent going for, like, it forced my opponent to Scald, and now Gastrodon's like a huge offensive threat to my opponent because now I can pretty much pick up a knockout or a two-hit knockout everything. Aegislash going to be weakened, Rain is going to stop here, which means if my opponent wants to set up, you have to switch out Politoed. I wonder if I should keep my Blaziken around. I kind of just want to Flare Blitz the Aegislash and Low Kick the Politoed. I could also just go for Flare Blitz and the Aegislash and Earth Power the Politoed. Not sure who you would attack. I think Earth Power. I think I would get a double knockout anyway, and I think Blaziken's going down this turn. I mean, if Aegislash King Shields and like you Icy Wind here, yeah, you get the best potential, I think. But we'll see here. I'm just gonna Flare Blitz the Aegislash. As Politoed protects, I think like you're trading here. Let's see if the recoil actually doesn't knock me out. It would be funny if it only did 2. Flare Blitz going to go out into the Aegislash. Picks up that knockout. How much does it do to myself? It does do enough, okay. So that's fine. I get a free switch into my Lando, I think, and Lando can do some work with the U-turn. I could also just protect and switch out into Bisharp. Actually, I like that play a lot. I like that a lot, actually. Kabutops is actually going to come out, which is surprising, to be honest. I don't think you outspeed Landorus. There's no way you outspeed Landorus, I don't think. I don't think you outspeed Landorus. I think I'll just Earth Power Politoed then, and I'll go for a U-turn into Kabutops. I could U-turn in Politoed, but I don't want to activate a berry. So yeah, I'll U-turn Kabutops. Even if it's like a protect coming out from the Kabutops, I think I don't mind that really, yeah. Because even if you go for Icy Wind here, I should have switched hard into Bisharp. Because I knock out Politoed. Okay, Icy Wind. Because that does not much to my Landorus. And then I Earth Power Politoed. And then what I'm going to do is probably just switch out Gastrodon, go on a Bisharp, and sack Bisharp here. Yeah, I knock out the Politoed for sure. And I'll sack Bisharp here to get my Landorus in, get another Intimidate off, and then Earthquake into U-turn should be able to knock out Serena, I would imagine. I should have this game locked up. No, I don't recover, I protect. And hard switch into my Bisharp. 100%. Then again, like, I might not go down to, I might not go down. Let's see who's faster, Serena or Kabutops. I'd imagine Kabutops is faster. We protect here. Rock Slide, okay. Bisharp avoids, which is unfortunate. Power Whip, yeah. That's actually really unfortunate for my opponent because he probably would have got to a knockout there. I'm just going to go on to my Landorus, I think. Gonna go on to my Landorus and go for, I think I just Iron Head. Yeah, Iron Head Serena because I could put in Earthquake range. I think even if Pevin predicts like the Landorus switch, you can't knock it out because your Kabutops is at -2. Actually, I'm not sure if Rock Slide would have been able to knock out, but Rock Slide and Stone Edge, I think it would. A -1 Rock Slide and -2 Stone Edge. We'll see. Stone Edge. Man, Peffin can't hit moves for his life. Unfortunate. Ironhead gonna go on Serena. And it puts in Earthquake range, which is what I wanted. The power crits here, that's bad though. It doesn't, okay. And I think Earthquake into Protect is like a safe play. Because I think Landorus should outspeed Kabutops, and Serena doesn't carry Protect. Well, I guess you could feint here, which would actually be a funny play, but then you 100% lose the game, I think. Oh, what if Kabutops has Aqua Jet? No, you're... You had Protect, I think. You had... You have to have a Water type move, I would imagine, right? And then you have Stone Edge Rock Slide. You shouldn't have, like, Aqua Jet. Yeah, you Protect. Okay, that's game. That's 100% game. Because I Protect Bisharp. Yeah, that was just, like, really unfortunate. I don't know if Rock Slide plus Stone Edge would knock out. Ha, you did feign. Okay. I see you. I see you. But, yeah, that's 100% game. Because... Well, actually, no. It's not 100% game. Because there's always that chance for Rock Slide. I mean... Even without the Stone Edge misses, I was going for the Landorus endgame anyway, and if U-turn just knocked out Serena, I think I just won the game. Right there. But, I'm not sure, to be honest. I think Serena might have lived a U-turn, to be honest. It would have been interesting how close this game could have gone to. If, like, Rock Slide and Stone Edge connected on the Bisharp. But I still think I could have just U-turned, like... It would have came close. Would have came really close. I'm trying to think of how it would have ended. But yeah, I'm just gonna go for... I don't even have to do anything. I just U-turn Earth Power. It's 100% game. Because you can't touch Gashadon. Unless you flinch a bunch, I guess. But I'm not sure if Earthquake knocks out Kabutops, to be honest. I think it would have. Okay, maybe my opponent, if you flinch a bunch, but you don't KO Landers, so that's 100% game. Gashadon does flinch there. But I just click Earthquake and win the game. So, and I'm going to recover. Why not? Kabutops going to protect, which is fine. But yeah, it would have been interesting because, again, I don't know if Rock Slide and a Stone... Like, -1 Rock Slide into a -2 Stone Edge might have knocked out. That's, like, the thing I was worrying about. I think it would have, to be honest. Then it would have been interesting how this game went down to. Because it would have been, what, Gashadon... No, Landers was still on the field. I think I could have just U-turned. But I failed... Actually, no, because I switched in Landers when Stone Edge would have went through. That's actually really hard to call. I don't know. I'm actually really not sure. It really depends on that calc. I feel like you would. I don't know, Bisharp doesn't have the worst defenses in the world. But, like, okay. But the problem with Landers was low, right? It was, like, going to be still, like, at 39 or something. I think it really came down to... Maybe I would have needed a Rock Slide to win the game. I think that's what it came down to. But then again, I could have just protected Gashadon. I don't know. I think it would have became a mind game then. I think it would have been the Serena, like, the half health, plus the -2 Kabutops versus my Gashadon and my low health Landorus. And that's a mind game. One, you have to connect Power Whips. If you don't have a move other than Power Whip, then I could rely on the miss. And one miss, I think, just screws over the entire game. Two... Like, I think my odds were still pretty good. Like, 2, U-turn could have knocked out. I don't think it does, but if it did, like, that's 100% the game. Because I could also U-turn protect, but if depends on, like, who the Serena targets. Because you could Power Whip the Landers, try and pick up the knockout if you think Gashadon's going to protect. Or I could go aggressive if Gashadon just Ice Beam. Although I think I would just double target Serena there, to be honest. Because no matter who you Power... Well... Yeah, like, no matter who you Power Whip, unless you Stone Edge with Kabutops... Actually, no, you could Stone Edge the Landers and Power Whip the Gashadon. I think I would have needed a miss, or I would have needed a U-turn crit, or I could have went for Rock Slide flinch. So, it's really hard to call, like, how that game could have went out, because I think there are, like, a bunch of potential options. But I don't feel like I played too bad, but I think Peffin did make some plays. Like, the Ice Beam freeze was so unfortunate for Peffin, because it forced the Scald. Then again, I don't feel like the damage, like... really changed anything, but it just wasted him a turn where, like, he could have just Icy winded my Blaziken, for instance, to pick up that knockout. So, really unfortunate, but we at least don't go 0-3 in today's episode. But I don't really like how I played, but I think this episode can be used as a learning experience to improve, because I felt like, one, I learned a bit of a weakness of this team, or, like, I knew it's a weakness, but I think I learned kind of more of, like, how I should play around that weakness. And two... I think there are definitely some plays that I could have capitalized to win that game, and I think I should have went for. And I think I have to go back on my analysis, like on, like, you know, Team Preview, for instance, the first game. I think I should have thought about the potential of Z-Nature power even more on the Whimsicott, which mean it wanted me Focus Sash, which I could definitely change my game plan game plan otherwise. But thank you all for tuning in today's episode of VGC 2018 Vectoric Battles. We do go negative for, I think this is the third time, Third time in like 30 episodes. That's not too bad, I guess. But thank you all for tuning in today's episode. If you did like it, please leave a like down below. It shows your support. As well as you can check out my social medias and all that other good stuff. This is a pretty long episode, yes, I know. But I hope everyone did enjoy it. Otherwise, yeah, I'll pretty much catch everyone around in the next video. Have a great day, people. See you around next time.